the Badang, and I know that he is someone who can actually lock her down, but this time it was the Kalia with the upper hand. And since there was so much snowball coming in from the side of Team Special Grade, the equipments which the side of Team Diaz needed, they couldn't get it on time. And by the time they could actually make up anything, it was too late. The damage coming in from the Kimi, the damage from the 1-1 was way too insane for them to handle. Not to mention Hylos being so tanky in the early game. But let's just see what they do in this game because this is the second game and they need to, back up. They need to fasten their seat belts, show
Yeah.
some good drafts, show some good games right now.
It was like they went for those jungler bans, and then the Kalea was the problem. It's like you went for studying the whole night those rational numbers as well as probability, everything, and then trigonometry was the one who just haunted you down in the exam. But right now, again, we are seeing the same thing that the junglers will be taking out a respect ban for that Joy and Kalea. Obviously, this girl was a menace in the previous match. They need to take it out. Pichi, what more are we gonna see? Are we gonna see a Kimi this time in the banning list?
Kimmy, Kimmy, I don't think so. Maybe the Harriet should be there. Harriet, I am not sure why Funny Valentine went for the Harriet. I mean, they kind of swapped it off, but it's okay, understandable. But I don't know if they will be coming back to their own roles or not. But this time around, the Harriet should be there. And on top of that, I want to see something of Hayabusa is there for special grade. They don't want to keep it open. Maybe the Baksha though. Where is the Baksha?
True, there is the Bakshia, there is the Pichi's horoscopic answer. She got that energy, she got that vibe. Whatever she will say will be happening here, and Basha will be in the banning section. That's nice. I mean, that's power. I need it. I need that power for me as well. And guys, whenever I just got my guesses correct, it's just because of Ma'am Pichi Ma'am, because I also take these lessons from him. I mean, from her. Right now, look at that. Basha will be taken out, and one more ban coming from the Daaku Sena. It will be the last ban in this first banning phase. I believe it should be a Kimi because the Kimi was the one who just nailed them in the previous match, as like the Kalea did with them in each and every team fights. But yeah, look at that. That's because of Pichi.
Oh, Kimmy though already here, understandable. But at the same time, first pick, Asia, make the guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Badang again or Fredrin. What else? Lucas? He's banned out. There
Okay,
might
I
be
feel it's the Phobius.
Okay, a Phoebus. Ash says, Phoebus Patel will be Pradhan. There he is, really loved in the Indian meta right now. But the only downside is that he is kind of squishy. So even though he has a lot of control and that flicker combo is thing is that since the range of the second skill got nerfed, you really need those flickers, especially for some very surprising elements, surprising initiations. So heavily, not heavily, but yeah, kind of reliant on that cooldown of the flicker right there. And of course, the enemy will always be looking out for you, right? Unless you actually time it really right and you know whom to just lock down with those flickers. Locking down behind the back lines is the way to go. But then, like if we did see in the previous game how special grade they had so much tankiness with the Hylos, with the Kalia, not giving the Badang the uh, opportunity to just go behind with the flickers because they were always like a wall. And that's what I mentioned even in the beginning that Kimi needs some safety, some area to dish out that damage. And these two were providing that to her pretty brilliantly. So right now, maybe special grade just wants to show Daaku Sena that how Badang is played.
Yup, and Matilda is open all this time, and this time Dakusena will not take a single chance to give any meta out to the side of Special Grade. They just locked down that Matilda, and again we're gonna see Funny Valentine with the Harrod. This is something insane after the previous match. I mean, even though he got the MVP loss, he was the X factor of the team. He was the one who was playing from the beginning, getting those skills into his hand, and he was the only one having the goal lead as well. I mean, if you will compare it with other four players. But again, with the Harrod this time, Phoebe is being open. Okay, tankiness will be there. Special grade copying down the Daaku Sena draft. Maybe Asuya is correct. What she's saying that they're gonna show him how Daddy Phobius, Daddy Badang plays the. Let's see, just learn it from us. Maybe that's the reason special grade is going for that draft. And a Valir, that's insane. Which we all know that Valir being picked in the MPL Indonesia first, and then people got to know that yep, he's in meta. He's right now in the safe because he's continuous CC. He's just providing all these times. He is being in the meta right now. People are not opting him, but team special grade are going with him right now. And look at that. Xbog against a Fedrin. What's your thought on this again, Pichi?
Oh, Waleed does comes from the wildcard stages. Daaku Sena very prone to picks heroes like that, and special grade really did their homework. Now they don't want to give it up for themselves, for the side of Team Daaku Sena. So that's why picking it up is really a good option. But at the same time, Angela ban, the Florian ban, that's a lot for the side of Team Daaku Sena. And this time around, they're just switching it up, and it's ulta. It's like Fredrin on the opposite side. First game it was Dagusena, second game special grade. So I want to see how much they can counter.
Yeah, but I mean, leaving that Xbox for them, I'm not happy with this pick coming from special grade. I mean, is there a match point match? It's okay if they can go for this type of mistakes because they know that they will be playing the third match if they're losing it. But you should have gone for a 2-0 as well. I mean, it's a dominating way to win the match. When you go for a 2-0, your confidence will be like in higher than those Mount Everest altitude. It can go for that, but okay, this time they're going with the Fedrin, but Xborg will be countering it as well. We should have this in our mind. And Florin, with the Angela getting banned, two supports got out from the map. I mean, from the match, as well as a Sicilian to the ban list again, and maybe we're gonna see a Farsa again in the ban list. What do you feel?
Well, right now, if you ask me, since Matilda has been picked up, so people usually think that the jungler DSP will be highly tanky. High loss. He's been banned out. Might be a pick for the grab of Dakusina right now. And so maybe that's what Special Grade had in mind when they picked up that Valir, because Valir is extremely good when it comes to countering out a really hefty tanks or heavy EXP laners. And since Funny Valentine already picking up that habit, so they do not even need to fear up of carry. So if Special Grade is going entirely tanky in this game, it was easy for them to ban out that CC because she is one of those EXP laners who can melt down those tanks with the War Axe. So no issues with the carry, just ban out the CC. A really, really good ban coming in right there. But finally, just look at that. We are seeing an Esmeralda and it will be a glue. Okay, I just forgot this guy was open. So right now, I am really, really excited to see how this Esmeralda versus this glue will be working out.
I think Dakusera taking on this match, Asuya, because look at the special grade lineup. They don't have anyone to reach the backline. Who gonna reach the backline? Fedrin? I don't think so. Badang with the flicker? Okay, after without the flicker, what he can do? Esmeralda going against a backliner, and it's not like she can catch up the Harith or Novaria. And Irithel, she'll be having the sprint, but apart from the sprint, what you will do in continuous fights? Because Dakusena will be taking on continuous fight. They got the initiator, that's a glue into their side, as well as the Xbog, who can go with the armor on to himself. And the Matilda is there to take them out from the situation. The Xbog, Harith, or Novaria, anybody. Novaria doesn't need a Matilda to get out from the situation. She got the skills, but Harith and Xbog can easily taken out from with the help of the gliding wind. So Dakusena is looking very strong with the drop. Pichi, am I right?
Yes, you are both. Daakusena do have the chance to reach up to the backlines, but at the same time, Sanson. Sanson is the one who loves to pick up the crumbs every single game, and that is how his 1-1 is actually working very well. But on top of that, let's see if they are able to get it or not. Into the land of Dawn, here we go. Second match of the day. Special grade have one chance to pick it up in a clean sweep or not. And thank you, Ash, for being here. We'll see you right after this.
Well, yep. And right now, one more thing I think is that they picked up that village specifically because they had Esmeralda in mind. But right now, Esmeralda counters those shields, so the Habit might face some issues. But then again, her heal isn't that good, especially with those all those anti heals built up. Okay, look at the aggressiveness coming in, and the first blood already in the hands of Team Daaku Sena. They did not want Iridel to farm up at all because we do know that she scales like a monster towards the late game. Right now, Daaku Sena showing that why they are one of the well-known teams existing out there, and already level 4 already in the hands of the Xbox right now. Padang is providing some vision.
Oh, interestingly enough, that little lane gang that they had is really going to be proving them a lot of advantage for them. But let's see if special grade are able to get it on or not with the turtle, which will be spawning very, very soon. But at the same time, we were talking about the Esmeralda, right? The nerfed Esmeralda is just not it. Maybe she is coming back into the meta. The NSCT do loves to pick up this kind of a heroes, so the inspiration is definitely from there. But you're going to deal damage. You're going to deal that little bit of chip damage. But okay, Samsung Galaxy thus picks up the turtle for himself. Now special grade on another advantage, looking quite good. The retribution is 100% from them.
Well, definitely that retribution was pretty impressive since we did see the ultimate from the expert coming in trying to take that retribution, but unfortunately Frederick just gapped it away. Right now, Haitatsu looking for that level 4, Padang providing the vision. Iridal really needs to be careful right now because there is a lot of movement in the XP lane until and unless there is anti-heal build up. Esmeralda will be pretty hard to be taken down because her damage is pretty good. Sustain is also pretty good, but look at that pull coming in, and Haitatsu will be taken down. That's a pretty good exchange. I think Badang was just waiting for this opportunity. He was always there, like a predator waiting for the prey. But right now he's going in once again. The 7-4 is being popped up. Esmeralda all the way from the top lane. Look at the damage coming in from both of them, and them retreating. Meanwhile, just look at Irithel taking away all that gold from the first tier.
Interestingly enough, Team Daaku Sena are already going down in the lower end of the gold. It's not looking quite good, but at the same time, Kayashi on that Xbox. The Fraga armor is being popped on quite early on, which is also a problem for them. And this Esmeralda, let's not forget the rotation really looking good. And Samsung Galaxy already on to their jungle side. uh for special grade, looking at the itemization, the enchanted talisman is definitely a must. But for this Esmeralda, but oh, Bengali by not being able to reach that, the escape was there but not quite into his hands. On the other note, Esmeralda rotation fire. I really like that how Esmeralda's already coming in, which is much more needed given the fact that you do have a little bit of shield from the Matilda, from this Harith as well. Harith's going to have a lot of hard time when it comes to the team fight. As of now, it's just the early game, doesn't deal so much damage as expected, but the same goes for the Irithel as well. So let's see this turtle who picks it up.
While they are gathering around the turtle, special grade looking for that retribution battle right there. Haitatsu providing some vision, but unfortunately they will not be competing. Meanwhile, look at Badang once again grabbing on to them. And just look at the low HP coming in. Yamraj trying to short shoot someone down. The circling eagle trying to just zone people away. Meanwhile, Fedrin in the front after the life of Kyashi, the Xbox taking a lot of damage right there, and it will be the Esmeralda who will be taking down a lot of low HP in the hands of Team Daaku Sena right now. Valir trying to aim somewhere behind the scene, Jazz doing the work he does, and Iritel has been caught up, will be taken down in that exchange, and that beautiful snipe coming in from Yamraj. Once again, a third kill for them. 4 members down, a definite win in the hands of Team Daaku Sena. I think special grade overextended that team fight which they were winning, and just look at the low HP, the circling eagles damage, and Waleed trying to escape, but it will not be enough as they will be taken down. And with that, the onslaught still continues as TS is trying to force up the mid lane first here.
Sena once again going upwards with the gold. We were just talking about how special grade weren't able to get it on, but this time around, Daaku Sena on a roll. But wait a minute, Sunset does jumps in. That's a lot of damage, and Kashi won't be able to take it on. He will be moving down, but into the mid lane, Jazz though farming up a little bit of a minions, farming up a little bit of the farm for both of them. Just either he waited for Novaria to jump in, which was a good thing, but as of now, Funny Valentine to focus on that. Oh nah, he did not get it. The stun was there on point, and oh my god, does jumps in. There's a conceal right there. Funny Valentine just gets a taste of this Esmeralda, but Bengali Bhai with that fist crack just there a quick early without the stack, so it's going to be a problem. Jazz onto the backlines, absolute domination. He knows he has to get in damage onto the Fredrin so that he won't be dealing some damage, cutting off the escape path for Jazz, and he will be moving down.
That was quite an impressive team fight coming in from side of Team Daaku Sena. They have the momentum onto their hands right now. And just look at them. They have the core lead. They have the equipment, so they can force up the enemy right there. But the first tier for them not looking good. Here it is trying to take it down. Meanwhile, it's just an exchange for the turtle. Haitats coming in. Waleed just pushing them back. Seeing ghosts from the zone created by our Padang right there. Oh, hey, Xbox trying to come in, trying to use up that retribution, but it will not be enough to escape as there is the guiding wind coming in, but a low HP will be taken down behind the scenes. Jazz doing the perfect work. Once again, Erita will be taken down from his hand. A double kill for this guy, doing an amazing job right now. And with this, Daaku Sena once again on the lead. I think Jazz is the one making the difference right there. There is always the lead and the Erita being locked up by him.
True, that's true. The Hussein with an absolute lead, they want to get it to game number 4. They want to take it away, but let's see if special grade will let them or not. Really, the late game is an absolute domination between both of the marksmen. I want to see how it's going on into the mid game as we are. Look, the special grade have the upper hand of having the turrets, but talking about the items, Novaria picking up the roam though. Oh, does it work?
Well, definitely it is 8 minutes into the game, and the Circling Eagle coming in. Once again, the team fights no warriors ultimate, providing so much, well, stability as well as thing right there. Meanwhile, from behind the scenes, Xbox trying to take down the squishies, but will not be enough. Esmeralda right inside will be taken down. The damage coming in from side of Team Special Grade will still not be enough. 1-for-1 exchange right there.
That now Lord will be up in just 20 seconds and less than it. Team special grade have to form around a C formation, have to go in for the contest as well. Despite the mid lane being taken down, but wait a minute, I got trying to get caught off. That would be the chance for you, the EXP laners knowing to target down the mages. The same goes for Bengali Bai as well. Look at him. He is already there, and the Lord being spawned. It's a beautiful animation. I really like that we do get a notification when the turtle is up as well as the Lord. I like it, but Sansa off guard. There comes
Oh,
the funny Valentine jumping in with the Zaman force. Did get the
oh,
damage just a shot away, just a sliver of HP. He escapes away. Now this is a very good chance for Kayashi to jump in as well. Let's see if they're able to get a damage on or not, knowing that the Xbox does deal true damage to melt down those HP. This is where Team Special Grade have to form a back again, but they are not having the river area control, which is definitely a problem for them. The vision is there. Novaria is gonna get some kills or even assists right there, but unstoppable picked up. Samsung Galaxy have to go back. There comes another fight. Haitatsu with that kill and two members down. It's a very good option for the Lord, but last defensively using that lasting insanity is just for this Xbox.
well, that was quite a team fight right there. What's happening with Special Grade right now? It's either the tanks which are getting melted down, which just happened right now, or either it is the backlines being absolutely destroyed by Jazz. It's this or that. So now I think even the tanks have realized that. So they are trying to make their squishy safe, but at what cost? Either you surviving, then what can squishies even do? But if squishies are down, what can tanks do alone? So they are in that imbalance right now. They need to figure out a way because the farm is completely in the hands of Team Daaku Sena right now. They have a lot of damage, and the snipes coming from Yamraj. It's just like a chef's kiss right there. They are so on point that Irithel almost barely surviving in 1 HP right there. And that's what I was talking about. Not much mobility into the hands of Team Special Grade right now. Picking up a Valir, he is vulnerable, and Irithel can position well, but a glue is a glue after all. And right now, they're looking for some exchanges, and the holy shield's being taken down once again. Jazz and the snipe coming in. Esmeralda will be taken down once again. The Diamond Force dealing out a lot of damage. Padang next on the chopping block. 2 for 0 trade right there. They're forcing it through.
Yes, sir. Look at them. Daaku Sena quite a lot of damage on the dead. They did not give away that Harith, which is a trump card for them. Really liking it. But as of now, it's going to be a lot of damage. Look at that. Lasting Insanity popping in for this Fredrin. Fredrin moving away with a sliver of edge. Yamraj
Oh,
stopping there, and he knows he had to make that headshot. Sanson, on to the other hand, Jazz just comes up with the split third, but he is too in. He had to get out before he could die, though. But no, that's not the case. Haitatsu on a chase. They are just moving back and forth. The flask of forces did not help for him, and he would be moving down. Zaman force dropped in. Sanson cannot do anything. It's a Hadith after all you're talking about. There is a default trying to move backwards, and he is safe. His tracks would be recorded. There is a Novaria with the ultimate, but wait, he will be spared.
that was an amazing clutch coming in from the Esmeralda. She just held on to that position. She took someone down. She zoned them away. So yeah, she's doing a good job right now because she does have that radiant. Finally, the shots from the Harith as well as the Yamraj will not be hurting that much. And like she's kind of safe from Jazz because Jazz is mainly locking down onto the backlines right there. Meanwhile, the stuns, the locks coming in, the armor being destroyed right there. The rest of the team coming in. Jazz, no really low HP, will be the first one to be sacrificed. And with that, Funny Valentine trying to do something, but that was a very bad engage. You really need your squishies, and he will be next on the chopping block. Is this a comeback for them? Is this a potential throw? Because right now we are seeing special grade looking for that final push, looking through force.
Okay, coming in. Two members already down to the side of Sundaku Sena who are already known to pick up the late game, but this time around it is different. They are not able to do that. Special grade, let's see if they pick it up or not. Now the Lord is here. It's going to be an easy Lord. No funny Valentine Jazz did spawn up at the right time, but it's going to be too late. Looks like teams have requested a pause, and here we are. Asya, meanwhile, let's talk about the match that going on. I believe Ash is also with us.
Yep. I'm here.
Yes, sir. Hello, Ash. The match. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. That's a quick pause coming in, but at the same time, look at that lasting insanity right there. No feral armor left for this Xbox, but still dealing damage. Yamraj already onto the wishing lantern, so I know he's going to deal some damage. Wangali Bai, maybe he would be targeted. He dashes
Oh,
away, but he's not getting it. Sans once again alone. The wishing lantern still not getting that burn. Special grade did get a lot on. They will be trying to capitalize the inhibitors, but the problem is they don't have enough members already that they need the barang. Look at that that's the Esmeralda already getting shifted down, and wait a minute, Galore already taken down low. Fredrin trying to do something. There's Sanson who gets shut down. Funny Valentine, the Zaman force is strong. You need to get away from that hitbox, but that's not the case for Sanson this time. And the four-man knockup. There is there, but wait a minute. Esmeralda, not the game, cannot get out the chain. CC is just too much. No way. Still, there's CC coming up from the Fred, and that just resulted in the death for this. Matilda, unstoppable, picked up by Ramraj, though. He's still dealing damage. One more shot, and nope, that shot is for Igor. And Bengali by that's Jazz though. He will be getting that.
quite intense. A lot of pendulums to and fro happening. It was special grade winning, grabbing onto that lord, and then suddenly, if you do CPG in both the team fights near the lord, special grade grab that turtle, they grab that lord, but then suddenly instead of backing away, they forced those team fights, and the same thing happened. They grabbed the lord and they went for that team fight, forced that team fight, one member down, and then they were pursued all the way from the top to the bot, two members down for them. So special grade needs to stop doing this because you need to wait for the Lord, go behind the Lord, help the Lord to push. At the same time, Matilda jumping into her death right there wasn't that good of an option right there. And finally, Glue with the blade armor, no wonder he's able to sustain quite a lot. And the radiant armor, like every member does have, that just shows that how much damage that will lead, how much annoying that guy is. Same time, both the teams, just, it is 16 minutes into the game. Everyone does have that roam. They're looking for some exchanges, PG.
Let's see if Daaku Sena are able to get the next lot. 29 seconds left. Both the teams have to scout around the river area trying to take it down. But Daaku Sena do have the advantage. Why? It's just because of the Harith. Now you're talking about the Harith. As soon as the Zaman force dropped, he knows he's going to deal damage. And for special grade, they are not able to, stop the damage coming in. So to do that, they need to take out the Harith no matter what. But let's see. And for the side of Team Da Kusena, they need to take out the Esmeralda or even the Fredrin. Let's see this Lord if they're able to or not. Yamraj is already there, but he is on a escape though. He wants to get away from that Esmeralda who is already zoning
Oh,
it out. They go looking quite low. The lasting insanity is there for him. Haitatsu picks up the kill. Zamal force is there, but Esmeralda jumps in. There's just too much HP being taken down into the hands of Esmeralda. But no, the Lord is still up.
they need to play it safe, they need to play it around Irithel, but once again, this is the fourth time in the game when Irithel being locked down by Jazz. Jazz is just waiting for Irithel to show up, and this is not something they should be doing, especially towards the late game. They do not have any source of damage. Valir is a great mage, but then again, his damage isn't doesn't have that burst potential. Excels in continuous damage, and once your mage has been taken down, why are you leaving your marksman behind? Crucial damage dealer, and with this a hefty lord in the hands of Team Dakusena right now, situation for special grade not looking good. They really need to stop throwing the game. They really need to play it around their marksman. If you do see that how DS is making sure that Harris is protected, they're making sure, and as well as their positioning and snipes coming in from Yamraj, both the damage dealers are so far behind out of the range, PT.
Agree with you, Asia. But look at that. The astral recall, such on a point. Appraisal red won't be there just yet, but they're just waiting on it. They want to make sure that they are immobilized, but too much mobility. I feel like that is also a problem for the Fredrin. They take it on onto their hands. Lord also marching in. There's a perfect lane synchronization, but the Lord with the bang in mid lane already there. Bottom lane is the taken down, but wait a minute, Astral Echo trying to increase the hitbox onto their side. Wait a minute, Samson also looking quite low. Samsung Galaxy, first one to fall down. The Lord is quite low. Fanny Valentine yet making the guiding wins, knowing that the Esmeralda is still there. Not
Oh,
able to do the same. But wait a minute, Igor though, he's trying to get melted down. But Astralico might be coming in. Yep, that's
oh,
like for Yamaraj trying to make the play once again. The minions are dropping in, but Team Special Grade are still taking it down. They're able to clear off the minions. Sanson will be taken down now. That's going to be a problem given the fact that it's only the Barang as well as the Esmeralda clearing it off. And yup, they successfully did it. But the minions are coming in mid lane, top lane. It's on. What is it going to be? Team Special Grade going to do?
oh.
While looking quite low, will be still trying to make it down. But Haitatsu though, look at that. He knows that the Esmeralda would be going down, and game number 3, it's going to be on.
It was quite sad, and a great gameplay coming in from Dakusena, showing that that previous game was just us testing the waters. We will show you how to play all the heroes. Yamraj absolutely deserving of that KDA, of that MVP. The snipes were brilliant, the positioning was brilliant, and just like Ash mentioned before, that there was no one to dive behind, take down the Novaria, take down the Harith. So She was quite in a safe position, and of course, the rest of the team was there to protect Funny Valentine. And I think it was, the Irithel not being well protected from the side of Team Special Grade, and Valir, as that Esmeralda pick here, could have waited.
Yup, and I'm back again. This was a game of legends, we can say, because both of the team tried their best while having a good draft, winning draft. Obviously, it was obvious at the moment when I saw the draft, and I said that they must